Well, hello again, everybody. This is a supplemental episode of Long Car Rides with Jesse, and I'm not in my car. I'm in my house, and I just watched the final episode of Psych, and a little bit numb, I guess is the word. The full effect of the feels won't kick in until a little bit later, but that's okay. That's just the way I work, I guess. But yeah, it was very bittersweet. I'm not a long-standing psycho like a lot of people. I'm actually I've only been watching the show for about a year and a half now, I guess, going on 2 years, and this was still pretty sad for me because I've come to love this show a lot. It's a fantastic show, very well written, well acted, great guest stars. I mean, the guest stars alone, it is enough reason to get into the show because they have some amazing guest stars. But yeah, 8 seasons it's been on. And finally, I mean, it's time to call it quits, I guess. So, but anyways, yeah, it's pretty cool. I went to a Psych panel last year at Comic-Con, which is really cool, and went to the Psych the musical screening, and got to shake hands with James Roday, Timothy Omenson, and Corbin Burnson, which is like one of the best moments ever, especially the best moment of my second Comic-Con. The musical was great. It was really cool being in a place with that many psychos at once, which was really a neat thing for me. And I regret not getting into the show before now. So, I mean, and how I got into the show in the first place was one of my friends, Rachel, suggested that I watch the show because I knew she was a big fan. So I didn't have anything to watch at that time, and every episode is on Netflix. So I thought, okay, sure, I'll give it a shot. So I started watching them on Netflix, and it took me, I want to say, 2 seasons before I really got into it and really started liking it. There were a couple times when, especially in the first season, that I wanted to give up, but I endeavored and I stuck with it, and I am really glad I did, because once you get into it, I mean, there really is no looking back. I think my problem was when I first started watching it was I didn't know how to categorize the show. I was approaching it as if it was actually like a detective show, a serious detective show, which that's a no-no. You don't want to do that because it rule number 1 of Psych, it does not take itself seriously at all. And once you understand that it doesn't take itself seriously, then you can sit back and enjoy it a lot more, and really appreciate the humor that they're trying to put forward, which is really funny humor. If you have that kind of sense, if you have that sense of humor, you're gonna love it. And another thing that kind of threw me off a little bit about the show was Timothy Omenson's character, whom some of you, I'm sure, know that I had made statements that I thought he was kind of funny looking, which I don't think that now. That was pre Jesse, and post Jesse does not think that at all. Post Jesse thinks Timothy Omenson is a badass mofo, which he is. I really like him. He's awesome. But once I got past these things and I got into it, I really started to like it a lot. And by I believe season 3, which was when I was hooked. I was loving it. I was watching every single night. I'd get home from work and watch about 3 episodes on Netflix, 3 or 4 episodes, and on the weekend just marathon them. And so yeah, that was how I got into Psych, and marathoned them that way. Finally got up to where I could watch them on television, and now it's over. It's done, and it's really it's hit me a little bit, I guess, but it will hit me more, I think, tomorrow. Because that's the way it was when Lost ended. As a lot of you know, Lost is my favorite TV show of all time. And when it ended, I was numb that night when it ended, and just could not bring myself to realize that it was done. Not until the next day when I watched the finale again did the feels really, hit home. And I was a mess. I was an emotional basket case. I was a wreck. And that's probably how it's going to affect me this time. They were starting to come out some. I got emotional at the end. There's some scenes. I got emotional seeing Ali Sheedy again when the Golden Pineapple in the Psych after show that they had on after the finale. Because, let's face it, Mr. Yang is one of the coolest characters ever. And Ali Sheedy is just such a awesome lady to bring that character to life, and she really did. She made that character just someone. I mean, she's a crazy person, but you love her to death. Yeah, so still thinking about it, trying to process these feelings. I'm sure that they'll come out in full force tomorrow. I'm going to sleep on it, and no more Psych, no more suck it's and say what's, and no more Blueberry, no more Woody, no more Lassiter, no more Sean and Gus, no more Jules, no more Woody. I already said Woody. No more Buzz. Who am I missing? I'm probably missing some other characters too. But yeah, it's very sad. Everything that I love, it seems like it just leaves me high and dry. I don't know if I'll ever be able to love again. But I probably will. I'll be giving my heart to another television show before it's over, and that show will kick me in the balls. And I'll feel low for a time, and then I'll pick myself back up and give my heart to another television show, and the process repeats. It's like a snake eating its own tail. Never-ending cycle. Infinity. It's bound to happen. It's destined to happen for the rest of my nerd life. So that's it. Psych's done, and I am going to process my feels, and hopefully something else will come along, something else more fitting, which I don't think that's going to happen. So until then, this is the Nerd Truth, and keep calm and nerd on, and don't forget to suck it.